out there?
I think it went pretty well. I didn't shoot the ball as good as I wanted to, but I think other than that, I really got after it. We really competed out there. That's the main thing you want to do in workouts like that. Show that you're a competitor and show that you have enough stamina to finish out certain tough drills.
Just going up almost basically man-to-man with random guys competing with for draft slot. Is that fun? Is that?
That's what you look out for. When you're young and you start playing basketball, throughout the ranks, you look to play against the best. He's definitely one of the best at my position, if not the best. So, just to play against a guy like that, that was overseas and got a different feeling from the basketball game, the European game, and bringing some of that over here and playing against that was really a joy just to play against him.
Maybe the best, you think, Brandon?
I'm saying in a deep point guard class, you never know who the best is. There's a bunch of us bunched up at the top. You never know who the best is. But I'm just saying in a deep point guard class, he's in the top echelon of the point guard.
He was saying his strength is that he's a pass first guard. What's your strength? What do you show?
Well, I think, at Syracuse, I had to shoot. As Coach Boeheim told me to shoot the ball. I think about an average 10 points a game. In college, we won and won many games. But, I could really create for my teammates and create for myself. I really like to get in the lane, dump off the bigs, and, kick out the open shooters. So hopefully I can display that, when I get to find my home at an NBA team.
How would you say your game possibly fits into the Warriors style?
Well, they're a team that likes to get up and down the floor. And the dream of any point guard is just to get out and run. Get out and shoot three-pointers and run the floor, kick the ball out, a bunch of dunks, fast shots. That's the dream of any point guard who loves to play up tempo. So I think my game definitely fits this type of system.
Do you think you fit alongside a Monte Ellis type two guard possibly?
Well, definitely. Monte is a great player. He's a great athlete. Can shoot the ball well. He really came onto the scene and surprised a lot of people. But he's a great player. I think he's a guy that can raise my level of play up, and I think I can also raise his level of play up.
The point guard here is historically kind of defended the two some of the time, especially with Barron here. I mean, are you big enough to do that?
Well, I think I might not be as big as a lot of point guards out there, but my low center of gravity and how big I am, I can really stop a lot of twos. I'm not saying maybe every possession I might be checking a two, but how often do you see point guards or two guards really just going to the block every single possession? You rarely see them going every possession to the block. So I think when the time presents itself and I am in a post position, I think I could defend it pretty well.
What did you show the Warriors today? What were you able to prove to them that maybe they didn't know before?
I think I showed that I can push the tempo. I showed that I can basically get into the lane and create for others. I think that's one thing I really want to show all these teams, that I can get into the lane and be a facilitator. Like I said before, at Syracuse, I was a guy taking the bulk of the shots because I had to. But I want to be known as a pass first point guard because I'm a guy that loves to assist more than the bucket.
You think of all these guys, you're all young, most of these point guards. So you might be the most prepared to step in and run an NBA team.
Well, I would think so. I would hope that I am. In the system, coming from Syracuse and Coach Boeheim, he ran high screen and rolls. He ran sideball screens. He ran a lot of different sets, that the NBA are running. Pick and roll. That's if you look at the NBA game, every team is running pick and roll. So I think, I come adept to, playing that style of play and pushing the ball and getting the pick and roll situation. So I think, I'm really prepared to step in.
What makes the Warriors a better fit for you than some of the other teams in the top 10?
Well, I think just the style of play, just how they get up and down the floor. A lot of people look at where a team is slotted or how high you can go, but I think the main thing about getting drafted is you can get drafted high, but if you're not in the right situation, you can't flourish in a situation where it's not fitting your game. So I think even though the Warriors have a high pick, I think this is my style of game. This is a game this is a style that I can flourish in and show people that I can really play the point guard position and hopefully make it to the playoffs and win a championship.
Did they give you an impression of how interested they are?
I think I'm having a meeting after this with them, but I heard, you hear through the grapevine that they're hiring me, but you can't really go off of too much stuff like that because it's still early. Even though it's 14 or so days from the draft, a lot of crazy things happen on draft night. A lot of crazy things can happen in this 2 weeks' time. So I just try to do the things that I can control. Come out here, work hard, and just keep playing.
Do you pay attention to any of the mock draft stuff? Going through the mock draft stuff last night, I saw your name next to the Warriors.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't really pay attention to that stuff. It's only human nature for people letting you know, or you taking a peek and seeing who moving up and things like that. But like I said, on draft night, there's a lot of crazy things that can happen. You look back last year, Russell Westbrook came out of nowhere and basically messed the whole draft up, so to speak. So I think you can look forward to that happening this year. But I just try to, like I said, just do the things that I can control, and that's just competing and playing hard.
What do you think of Jennings?
No, he's a great player. He pushes the tempo. He's fast. He's crafty. He's so crafty with the basketball. He knows how to use the screen and roll, and he's a tough guy to keep in front.
that lefty probably.
Oh, it's always hard playing the lefty. You know, if you're a basketball player and you play against anybody, the left-handed guys are the hardest ones to check. And you know, being good and left-handed is definitely a good combination.
Did they have you shooting the three? How'd you do shooting the NBA three?
I did pretty well shooting the NBA three. We did it at the end of the workout. I think, you know, to show if you can shoot when your legs tired, can you shoot when you're mentally drained and things like that. And I think I did a pretty good job shooting the ball.
You're obviously a little shorter than Barron, but your game is, at least by some people, compared to Barron. Do you see that at all? The just kind of toughness, the get in the lane and get past people sort of thing?
Well, to be in the same breath as him, that's definitely an honor. You know, I think, you know, I'm definitely, like you said, not the same size, but I think my ability to get in the lane almost on anybody that's defending me, I think, you know, that's a similarity that we definitely have. I might not shoot the ball as good as he can, but, you know, that's just going to come with practice and repetition.
You know, he shot 37% last year.
From the field? Yeah. Oh, my. But every game I seen, it looked like he was going for 30, 40 every time I seen him play, so I couldn't even tell you.
But he did.
Yeah.
Defensively, you think you're more ready than other point guards to guard point guards at this level?
Well, you know, this is a question that comes up so much. You know, playing in a zone for 2 years where you can't show your athleticism, you can't show your ability to get up a guy and dictate the game on a defensive end. I think, you know, coming from a high school where we're known for defense, playing for the USA team for 2 years and really getting after guys defensively, I think the 2 years in college, you know, where I play zone, I don't think I'm that far behind guys that have been playing the whole career. Every day at Syracuse, we're going over man-to-man principles. So I think I still know man-to-man principles, and I just can't wait to show people that I can really stop people.
Were you able to do that today a little bit?
Definitely. You know, I think I did a pretty good job of keeping Brandon out the lane. You know, it's definitely a hard task with a guy as crafty with the ball and as quick and nimble as he is, but I think I did a good job of using my body weight and hitting him and keeping him out the lane.
Nelly's got obviously a reputation, probably well-deserved, for being tough on rookies. Does that concern you at all? Oh,
not at all. I think that's what you need, especially coming in a league where it's a man-eat-man league. You know, it's a league where everybody's after your paycheck, everybody's after your spot. So I think you have to have somebody hard on you and demanding on you to get the best out of you.
One of the things I've heard about you is you just play. You just love to play. It seems like you're very passionate about basketball. Where'd that come from? Just tell me a little bit about like growing up when you first, you know, started loving the game.
Well, I think whenever you're doing anything you love, you have to be passionate about it. You know, if I ask you how do you like doing this, you're gonna give it your all. You're gonna give it 100% in every story you write, everything like that. So when you're doing something you love, if you're not passionate about it, you know, there's something wrong with that scene. But just growing up, you know, playing basketball every day, you know, playing on milk crates, buggies, garbage cans, whatever we could get our hands on to play with. You know, that the love just grew from there, and I think it just stayed with me. And I'm happy just to be in this situation where I can really make a living for myself and provide for my family.
Is there ever a sock and a hanger?
Yeah, I did the hanger thing, hang up under the door. Broke so many of them hangers before. My mom used to really beat me pretty bad because I used to go through so many hangers all the time. But you know, whatever it was to just get a little basketball hoop over, I definitely tried it, everything.
Who's your agent?
Leon Rose.